Hey y'all, I'm bringing you another ribbon tutorial today, and we're going for some sort of spring florals today. So I've got this gorgeous rose print ribbon and I've paired it with this lovely moss green. I really love greens at the moment, especially like the dark khakis and colours like that. And I just thought that this sort of moss green was really pretty. I will, as always, try to link the products that I've used in the video in the description below, so you can check those out. And also don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and also subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to turn on notifications. So I've already cut my ribbon, and this is a 4 centimetre wide ribbon, or 1.5 inch wide. And I've cut all 4 pieces to 20 centimetres in length, and that's 2 of the patterned and 2 of the plain, all in 20 centimetres. I've got some pins here ready, my scissors and a lighter to heat seal the edges. So first of all, we're going to take one of our patterned floral pieces and one of our green pieces, and I'm going to line it because the back of this is obviously white. So we're using the green to line it and also to add some contrast to the bow. So to join these together, I'm going to pinch them with my fingers, or you can use tweezers if you've got some handy. And then I'm going to use the heat from my lighter. And as I'm heat sealing this edge at the same time, I'm also pinching that and bonding those edges together. So as you can see, that's now joined to hold those ribbons together while we work on the bow. And I'm going to do that on all of these pieces. I'm just going to trim these frayed edges off. Our 4 pieces joined together like that and made 2 pieces, so this is for each half of the bow. And now we can start on one side of the bow. So I'm just going to take out a few pins ready, and then what we want to do is, first of all, picking up one piece of ribbon. I've got my green or your plain ribbon, whichever you're using, the plain side facing up. And you're going to fold one side down, so you've got this diagonal. So fold it down like this, and you want this overlap piece here to be 4 centimetres. Like that. Then once you're happy that that's 4 centimetres and that this is nice and straight, just push that down. And then fold this piece up, and you want this corner to meet this corner. And then taking a pin, just pin that into place like that. And then with this other side, you're going to fold it back down and then angle it slightly, so that this piece here comes out around halfway, and you want this overlap here to be around 1 centimetre. So I'm just doing it by eye to begin with. So this is in the centre of this part, and this I want to be about 1 centimetre. So I'm just going to use my tape measure. So here, as you can see, that is now 1 centimetre. Now you don't have to pin this bit in place, but I'm just going to give it a pin just to hold it while we work on the other piece. So this is what we've got now. And next we're going to bring this pattern piece down. So you've got the green side facing up again. So bring that down, line it up at the bottom straight, and again you want this side to be around 1 centimetre. You could do that by eye if you're confident, if not just use a tape measure or a ruler just to make sure. I'm just going to get another pin because that one's not very sharp. These pins are a little bit blunt, I've had them a while and they're just not very sharp. So that is 1/2 of your bow done, and now we're going to do exactly the same steps on the other piece, exactly the same way. So I'll just lay this one aside. So again with my green facing upwards. And that is the other side done. I didn't bother pinning it here this time because I was confident that I could hold that in place by hand. So now we've got our 2 pieces exactly the same, like that. I'm going to set these aside. And then next grabbing a needle, and I've got some double strand thread knotted at the end. We're going to start sewing in our pinch. So I'm going to start from this edge and we're going to do 2 stitches, 6 across this middle and then another 2. So I'm going to go in through this first corner for 1 all the way through to the knot, and coming out just beside this piece of ribbon here for 2, and then now we're going to do our 6 across this middle. So I'm going to go in through this corner, and then I'm just going to remove this pin, keeping my fingers pinching this in place, and then we're going to go back in, and that is our 1, 2, 3, 4th stitch, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm just going to keep this pinched with my finger while I remove that pin and come in through this edge, making sure I catch this corner, and that is our 8th stitch or 6th across this center. And now we're going to do 2 more, 1, 2, and then you can then pull that tight to form your pinch. And then I'm just going to knot that off at the end just to make sure that don't come undone. So I'm just going to go in that end a couple of times. I've got butterfingers today. And on this last one, I'm not going to pull it right through. I'm going to go through this loop a couple of times to form a knot. And that will just hold in that pinch. Oh, we've got another pin in there to remove, look. That's the one I pinned 3 times. So as you can see, that is 1/2 of the bow done. And now we're going to do those stitches exactly the same on the other piece. So again, I'm going to keep this attached, and I'm going to work from right to left, 2 stitches, 6 stitches, 2 stitches. So going in through this first corner, and I'm not going to pull it completely tight because obviously we're still joined to the other half of the ribbon, or the bow should I say. So on this stitch here, I've made sure that I've caught this corner in as well, and then 2 more. And then when you pull this tight, that will bring those 2 sides together, and then that pinch will form. Again, I'm going to just seal off this end before I bring the other 2 sides together, just to make sure I don't lose my pinch. So I like to knot this end off first. And then I can then let that go, and then just on this underside I'm going to go in through the other half and just close in that free side. Now you can make a base bow for this if you want. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, because I think when you make the base bow, that takes away this lovely pattern that you've got. And there's quite a nice thickness anyway for a bow. I don't think that necessarily needs a base bow. So I'm going to leave mine like that personally. So I'm just going to get my clip. So I'm going to be using this 45mm double pronged clip, because they're the ones that my daughter prefer to use. And I'm going to cut a piece off this green. This was just a spare scrap piece that I had. And I want it around 11 centimetres. I'm just using my board. So around 11 centimetres by around a centimetre. I'm just going to do that by eye. And this is going to be to line my clip. That is completely optional. I've always lined my clips. I just prefer the finish of a lined hair clip. But as I said, that is completely up to you. So I'm just going to heat seal along that raw edge that I've just trimmed off. And then we can line our clip. So taking a warmed up hot glue gun, I'm going to place some hot glue on just under half of my piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to start wrapping that around my hair clip. And then we can add that to the bottom of our hair bow. And then I'm going to continue using that other piece of the scrap ribbon. This is 15 centimetres in length. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half. Oh, and I did heat seal the raw edge, by the way, because I've been trimmed down a little bit. So I've heat sealed the raw edge. And then I'm just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to start tying it. To make a knot in the middle. So I want mine about like that. I'm going to place some glue on the underside and place that in the centre. I will need to trim this down. So I'll just bring that round to the back and then trim off any excess ribbon. And then I'm just going to heat seal those edges. I'm just going to place some glue inside to hold those together. And the same with the other side. And there you have your finished hair bow. I really love this shape. Like I said, you don't really need a base bow because that does just look beautiful on its own. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you've got any questions, you can pop them into the comments below and I will do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.